In Whiskerwood, economy is an art style. Everything you do reflects the pursuit of wealth, not for conquest, but endurance, because you're ruled by cats, and the cats like money. They're high class, I guess. It will construct vast industries, a living architecture of ambition, where your creativity will determine whether or not you survive. Now, this game is actually a lot of fun, and I'm going to go through it and some of the tips I have so that you can be a little bit more successful. Alright, we're going to start a brand new game on the normal difficulty. Just a random group of mice, and we're going to go into this very impressive and difficult survival game. Alright, so now we need to pick an island that has all the resources we need. Primarily logs and berries. Now, this island is nice. We also want a lot of green area. We need the green area that has high fertility. And we can pick any island we want. Okay, so we do have berries, we do have flax, and we do have a lot of the things that we need right here. So we're going to place our trade dock, I think, over here. I don't want anyone around these parts that I'm going to be growing in. So what we're going to do is place the trade dock way over here. Now we're going to have us place our central warehouse as soon as I unload everybody. So we're going to click on the ship, and we're going to click bring the whiskers onto land. And now we're going to place our central warehouse, and we want to have enough room to walk around it, and we're going to place it right here. We now need stairs to navigate the areas, so we need to get to all the trees. Now the trees are actually kind of in a hard place to get. Here we go. That should work. We got the central up, so we just need to start getting some stuff up. It's a little bit of a weird jaunt that they have to go to get wood. We'll eventually grow our own, but we need to start tearing down the sides of this mountain. Let's unload our supply. Now, we actually pay for this, so we owe 135 debts owed. So every about 2 to 3 days, the 2 days here, the tax collector comes. And he's going to charge us based on our population. He's going to charge us based off shipments we get. So these merchants coming by, you're not giving them gold for a good. You're actually taking on a debt. And this is important. If you take on too much of a debt that you can't pay, he will bombard your island. And this is catastrophic. Catastrophic. I did not mean for that to be a pun. That's terrible. That's terrible. Okay. Resource extraction. Oh my god. We're going to put the lumber camp in these parts over here. I think right here is perfect. All right, so lumber there. And then the forager. We have some berry bushes there. And over here. So I think this spot over here would be fantastic. We're going to place him... Oof. Yeah, we got kind of a bad thing going on here. We're going to need... I'm going to put him here. But we're going to need to get some more stairs. So, all right. And then the mining camp is going to be pretty essential. We really need to start hammering out some of these zones. I think right here is perfect for farming. This whole little terrace here. So I'm going to place him here, and we're going to clean this area out. Now we want to, from my opinion, you can grow things like cotton and berries. Cotton sell for a lot, but they have a high growth time. Berries, on the other hand, have a very short growth time. You can eat them, and you can sell them. So I kind of feel like mobbing berries seems to be like the logical early game choice. So we're going to get farms up, but we need planks to do so. So we're going to get our individuals going. And what we need to do also is start getting some log cabins. Now, stone shelters are nice because they're small. Log cabins, as you can see, take up quite a bit of room. Stone shelters are very cheap, but they don't have a good housing quality. Housing quality is important because what you do is you get these approval points. And approval points actually aren't that too difficult to get. You get a bunch of approval points, which you can use to do things like make them work longer hours and things like that. And those are all very useful. So for the woodcutter, we're going to get 2 individuals here. We're going to get a chop priority, and we're going to start just chopping down stuff. All right, so we need to get one more pathway up right here, right there. Okay, cool. That will give us a lot of wood right there. And for the berries, let's put 2 individuals in. Same thing, forage priority and forage priority. Okay, so we're going to, and then over here, let's get one more worker. And we are going to just start mining out this whole top section here. And that's going to give us a lot of farmland. Now, I could go the distance and mine the whole darn thing. I don't know if I'm going to do that. It might be wise, but we'll play it by ear. So let's get a log here, and let's get a stair right here. That way they can come, get the berries, get everything they need. Perfect. So we got all of our mice doing their thing. And at this point, we only have one person. We actually have no builders. So I will need to... Okay, so we got 2 in the woodcutter. We'll pull back to 1 on the forager. So we have 1 person able to build. And now we can actually hire some more people, but keep in mind, each of them requires some of our influence points, but also every single one of them is going to add to our tax. So what we're going to look for are people who are good farmers. So this person is in the farming guild, so plus 50% in guild industries, greatly dislikes raw food. So these are just like other attributes this person has. So they're in the farmers guild, they're experts at farming. Their preferred foods are jam, pastries, and bread. So we can also try to find people who we think are going to be a little bit happier here. And none of them are. So at this point, I'm going to actually just accept this person who's good at farming. And we're just going to try to get our economy up so we can pay for our taxes. And we're going to refuse the rest. So in storage, when it says storage 155, that's not we have 155 gold in storage. That's we have enough wares to sell for 155 when they come. So we have to allocate wares. And I'll go more into that. So stay tuned. Keep watching. Because the game gets actually pretty darn interesting. So let's keep going. All right, we got the forager hut. We got 2 construction workers. I feel like the mining camp needs more people. And what's it saying? No minerals nearby. Okay. So what this means is that I need a way up here. Let's get this guy up. Now they can go up here and start mining a little bit easier. Looks like, yeah, we got a little cut off right there. That's okay. It's nighttime. So we don't have any houses yet, but we will. And log cabins are the best. But I think we're going to build stone shelters. And I think we're going to just make it real easy on ourselves this way. We'll have a couple of houses over there. Yeah, this will be... I did log cabins before, but they took up a lot of space. And honestly, I pretty much maxed out my approval at the end of every single day. And I'll show you that here in a second. So we're going to get a bunch of stone once we start taking down all this. So it's best to allocate it over here. So now we're at the end of our first day. So you can see we get a huge bonus. Fresh arrival goes plus 48. Good foods will give you more. So sleeping outside is the big negative. So we get rid of that. We're pretty much always going to be in a positive approval. And our upcoming taxes, as you can see, is increasing daily based on our population and so on. And we do not have enough currently to pay them. So we need to get as many berries as possible. So I'm going to put 2 people into the forager huts. And I'm going to get them going. And we are going to work them overtime. We need to make sure that we have enough money. Now, wood can also be sold, but I prefer to sell food. And yeah, once we get the stone, we'll get some people up here. Now, we have 1 machinery. And quite frankly, there's a lot of ways that you could do this. And I personally think that the best thing to do with your first machine is to come over to your factories and get a sawmill. Boards can be used for a lot of things like paving and all types of stuff. Now, I can get these goods. They're offering me more machinery for just 40, right? I can select this. I will owe the crown this 40. We're not going to take anything. We're just barely able to pay our taxes right now. And the biggest mistake I made was taking those shipments really early in the game without having an economy going. And then what happens is he comes in and he blows everything up. You have to repair everything. And you get into this this just downward spiral. So focus on getting your economy first before taking on debts. Focus on just being able to pay your basic taxes. If you do that, you're going to have a good time. But I will say this game actually gets harder. The game gets much harder. And it does look like we're going to have to do some significant mining. So our first farms might be a little interesting. You can see we're going down over here. So yeah, they're mining up and or down and around. It's really interesting the way that they're doing it. Okay, so we're getting the stone. We do not have any builders. I'm going to pull back on the wood cutting so we have 1 person building. We're definitely going to need more whiskers. But they're doing a good job. They're getting to work. We're going to get a big amount of stone over here. Want to get them in houses as soon as possible so that they don't start rioting because they do get rebellion fever. We have enough money. Yeah, we have 340 in storage. Oh, we have 340 in storage. So we're going to take this for 40. That's what I'm saying. Just watch that. If you can afford it, you can. And the easiest way to get money really is berries. Berries is the easiest way to get money in the beginning of the game, in my opinion. You could also probably go for some flax, but berries are pretty darn abundant if you pick the right island. See, we have a bunch stored for food. We have 5 out of 6 stone. Kind of funny they say they can't find any stone. It's right there. Alright, so it's nighttime. And because we're working overtime, there's a few individuals who are out there. I think the berry gatherers. All right, day 2 is ended. You can see we're maxed out once more, and we're getting a population tax for the day and an administrative tax. And so our supply shipments, as you can see, we bought 40 worth. So you see that 40 here. And right now they're happy with us. And when they come, if I can meet their taxes, they will continue to be happy with us. We do not want them to be any kind of negative towards us. So again, too, keep in mind that you're going to need, if it says due, 256, right? Keep in mind it's going to go up. So we can accept this. So if I get 5 housing space, it will give me 8 planks and 8 trinkets as a quest. So we're going to do that because we're actually already building up 5 houses. That's perfect. And for some reason, they've decided that this is ground level right here. So this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to mine this whole area out. I do not... Okay, so here is the taxman who's somehow parked right inside of everything. Okay, so we have to meet this. We have to meet everything. So we are 91% right there, right? Okay, so now we hit everything. So we get 2 royal waxes, which allows us to re-roll our whiskers. We get 1 gift from the king, and we get trust. And they also don't bomb us to death. We get schematics, planks. We get a bunch of cool stuff. So this is really cool. Actually paying the taxes helps you out quite a bit. So they didn't bomb us. They typically don't bomb you on the first time you fail. They bomb you on the second time. Oh no, they want increased output now. Okay, so this is where it gets harder. This is where the game gets hard. Let's see, we can re-roll here. So what we want are farmers. I'm just going to accept all farmers. And quite honestly, I'm going to accept this worker too and refuse the rest. So we can get a schematic. Mushroom cultivation enables farmers to grow mushrooms on farmland. They grow in the dark places underground. That's cool. We can gain 13 fuel, or we can gain a stowaway. I think we should go for the schematic personally. I can also re-roll, which I think is awesome. Here we go. Cut stone, planks, and cut stone is actually needed to build something really, really important, and I can't remember. So getting this cut stone, against my better judgment, I think we're going with that. And because I remember there being something, it could be, yeah, the stone cutter itself requires cut stone. That's cool. So we're gonna keep that in store, and that cut stone will help us out. Yeah, like graves, some of this stuff requires a bit. Like getting a cafe requires planks. That's another reason we need to get into plank production here soon. But like I said, here's the problem: is that they want us to continuously just make a lot of money. This is where it gets really hard. So we need 8 planks here to get a farm up. So the first thing we're going to do is get that sawmill up. And the sawmill I'm going to place right on the backside over here. I'm going to make sure that they can walk by. We need 21 logs for that. And we accomplished the goal, so we got 8 planks there. And that's great, because those 8 planks are going to go straight into a farm. And the farm can do a good amount of tiles. I actually don't remember exactly how many it is, but it's not as many as you would hope. We could probably fill in this whole back area right here. So I think what we're going to do is place our first farm right here. Have them work the area right above, and we're going to continue to mine this out so that my goal is to just have a massive farming area right there. And you can see they all have houses. So we're going to continue to do the stone shelters, just they're cheap. We'll get 2 more houses up. Ooh, 3 more houses up. Not bad. And yeah, it's pretty awesome because there's just so much room for these. And so many people slept outside that we actually had a bad day. You can see they're pleased with us. I kind of feel like our taxes might be a little bit less. I know that they're not going to shoot us, which is awesome. We're going to let them build things up. We're going to get up another farm. And we're going to get up our plank production in the back here. We're definitely going to need a few people to help with that, but that's okay. We have 3 builders, so let's get 2 in the woodcutter. Got 2 in the forager. This is all working out really well, actually. You can see there's a lot of berries out here. The mining camp's going strong. Yeah, it's kind of weird the way they did this, because you have to mine it down a tile. So, yeah, it's very odd. They have a set height, but we'll get this whole thing mined out. That will also give us a lot of stone, so that's cool too. You can see we have a lot of resources here, so it'll be interesting. You can also mine underground. So we can get more stuff like tea. We can go big and go for planks, wood, clothing, and dry, tasteless hardtacks, which is a food, will keep us alive. I don't want to do anything stupid, but I do want the machinery. I think this is probably the smartest one you can do. It's really cheap, right? And you need machinery for a lot of stuff, and we don't have it. We don't have the capacity to build it yet, so that will help us out. So let's get a worker assigned into farming. Get the farm tool so you can see the green area is where we can grow. Red area is where we cannot. So we're gonna grow in this back area, berries. Okay, and that should be all she wrote right there. That should be more than it can do. So we're gonna get another whisker here at some point for farming. And we're just gonna continue to focus on getting these berries and continue focusing on building out our farming area. Now, it would probably be smart to actually move this. Because, yeah, this stuff's all the way over here now. I'm feeling kind of dumb, actually. So, unfortunately, it's probably going to be better for us just to destroy what we have. Alright, so we got our wood back. We'll set a high priority on this. We'll get the berries over here. The wood cutting is commencing still in the background. Yeah, not bad. We have all the houses up. They want us to refuse pirates, and they'll give us 13 logs and 3 machinery. I'm not going to accept that quest. The pirates will attack us. We're trying to stay on everybody's good side, kind of, right? Alright, day 4 is ended. Alright, we're maxed out again, so we can start doing overtime. Yeah, the housing quality is only giving us... Actually, the housing quality is really hurting us. The berries, we're kind of breaking even, right? So, there are things we can do, like give them better foods and stuff like that. I personally like the housing thing because of the space efficiency. The log houses are just about 3 times bigger, basically. 3 times. So, the footprint is really small for them. That's what I like about them. But we're going to get the farms going. My question is, can I place... Oh yeah, see, it's red. It's red here where we're mining out. So that's interesting. Well, we're about to find out the hard way whether or not I can change soil. Yeah, that will be a new one for me. Otherwise, you have to do like a little bit of terrace farming. So we do have a whisker ship, and I am going to take this gent, and I'm going to take this gent here. The 3 expectations. Because that's a... factory worker we could put in the sawmill. Alright, let's put 2 in the farm. You can see our storage, we're really low on taxes. Get 2 houses up, but if I can get these berries going, we'll be good. Alright, we're gonna get the berries coming up over here now. We get the berry gatherers going. There are more berries over there. Alright, and we have everybody in a house. This is the main thing, and I used to do, so I did fish in a previous play, but the fish only sell for 2 a pop. They sell for basically nothing. They are good for food consumption, though, but the berries sell for 5 a pop, and so I prefer the berries. But we are going through food real quick, and we are very poor right now. So this is a tad scary. And we did get, oh nice, the sawmill going. We might be able to sell planks. So 1 log makes 5 planks. Maybe we could sell planks. That might actually work. We have our awesome worker with all the bonuses. So that's great. We have 1 whisker who's selling. And we owe 235 tomorrow. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. The berries are growing. This is great. We still have more. Yeah, so 2 workers were only able to do so much. I need to get this down to a science as well. I do know, though, if you do fields like this and you put another farm, other farmers will come and help you out there. So you can see they're leveling up. You can see that their work is now at 100. So it's stamina, work speed, and carry capacity. That's what these numbers mean. So 103 is like their stamina, and 103 here is their production speed, and 4 is how much they can carry at a time. That's in the day. We got a little bit there, and our taxes did go up a little bit, so we owe 307, and I don't think we have it. We have till the end of the day, so they're just gonna gather berries. Hopefully the farm comes in. But you can see I'm already falling behind, even with knowing everything that I do. So we're gonna take one out of the mining camp. I feel like this is going a little bit slower than I want it to. And I'm gonna have them mine right here. Connect these areas. Okay, the attack ship is here, and we just don't have enough money. So he's not gonna bomb us if we miss it once, but it will lower our reputation with him. And since we did well last time, we might be able to make it. So I'm thinking we'll be able to pay our taxes the next time. Okay, cool. They did have enough stamina to go the distance. That's good, because we need as much berries as possible. We are making planks now. This is great. And we're getting close to we may actually be able to pay our taxes if we get more berries. And they're doing a good job. You can see how important farming is, but yeah, I don't believe this is going to work the way I was hoping. Now, there is something called earthworks, fills in marked areas with earthen terrain. So this is what we need. Okay, cool. So we can convert all this to earthen terrain. We can probably even fill in some of these barren areas over here with earthen terrain. But I'm not sure if the coastal area has an impact on any of that. So I can give them a little bit, right? So we have trinkets, and I don't need the trinkets. They don't sell for much. I'm going to keep them. Berries. So what we should probably try to do here is lessen the blow. So we'll take -2 relations, give them a partial, and they won't bomb us this time. But we're going to have to be able to pay them next time. And we need to start mass piling food. So in order to decrease the amount of berries we're eating, I think we should get a fishing dock up. 21 logs, but this will help us with food. And so they're offering us quite a bit, but we're not going to take any of it. I'm going to just reject the whole thing. Refuse supplies. Ooh, if I refuse the supplies, I lose their trust. Oh man, they're like screwing me. Okay, unload the shipment. Unload the shipment. That's interesting. I actually didn't realize I'd be punished for not taking it. So we need to generate money. Oof, we're losing money bad because people got hungry. But yeah, so this is tough. This is actually really tough, even doing everything right. We didn't have, typically I started on a map with more berries, so I'd have like multiple foragers going. And yeah, we didn't do that. So we have 2 free people. They did not want to buy any planks, and that's fine. I think I'm going to stop the sop production. Alright, so these are pirates, and I can refuse cooperation, or I can pay them. I'm going to refuse because I don't want to pay them. And you can see that they did destroy a lot of buildings. They destroyed the farm. Stone shelters. Stone shelters are fine. This is another thing too. When you get bombed, the wood buildings are a lot more expensive to repair, right? That's kind of the one nice thing. And over here, we're going to take another farmer, and that's it. And we're going to build ourselves up a stone shelter right here. There we go. Yeah, so at least the buildings are really cheap to repair, but that's the cost of a failure there. Okay, cool. Now we have this area all done, and our food is going up. So now we're just looking for logs. They want me to get 21 whiskers, and they'll give me a tax credit. That's such a bad deal. Okay, the farm is back up. The woodcutter needs 1 log in order to be built. So what I'm going to have to do is cancel this to get the wood logs back and prioritize the reconstruction of our woodcutter. Yeah, you can see this is a bit rough. We need to make our taxes. We need to make this is what makes the game hard, is you have to make your taxes. Okay, woodcutter back up. All right, there we go. We're pathing. Yeah, this is brutal. This is brutal. But at least we have houses. At least everybody has their own house. Oh, you can move it. My bad. Could have just moved it. That's fine. Well, with that known, let's move this guy up here. Oh, that's cool. You don't need it just moves automatically. Feeling pretty dumb. We are running out of normal berries, though, so that's why you have to have farms. And our taxes are growing. There are lots of wild berries up here. We do have 4 individuals. Let's get another forager hut up to go after these berries. We can also go for some of this flax. This area up here is probably good for a farm too. I think we definitely need to get more farms up. Right here. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna have to go for, I think we're gonna have to do some terrace farming. We just gotta get it going, right? Get the upper area here. Need 1 log. Let's get a storage shed right up here. We're having to walk a far distance for all the lumber. Okay, now the berries can get going. Forage priority right there. That will give us some more food. Hopefully we can pay our taxes this time. We're about to get a huge harvest off of these berries. I'm not going to refuse the supplies. I'm just going to let time, do its thing. So you can see that they're, moving the berries quite a distance. So yeah, these little stockyards, little storage sheds, they're pretty essential. So let's get storage sheds all over. All right, the farm is ready to go. Need 1 worker at least. Farm tool. So berries here. Now trees, you can see, have their own fertility. And trees are pretty darn important. Cotton, you can see, grows a little bit better up here. Cotton sells for a lot, and they don't eat it. I think we're going to try to do some cotton. I don't know if it's going to pay out right now, but it will in the long run. And then trees. I think we should do some trees. We'll just do some cotton and some trees. Make sure we have some lumber coming in at all times. We do not have enough money for taxes. All right, end of the day. Only 3. All right. We're running out of clothes. We're running out of everything. This is bad. But we made it to day 9. That's the important thing. You can see here, we're also running out of pretty much everything. So we're going to bring these guys all up here. And this is why you have to get into farming. There's a nice little spot down here too. So let's get another farm up. I'm going to get the farm up right here. I think is good. Right here. We're going to get this whole area up in berries. We just need to really start going all in. All right, now we have local storage. They're much faster. We're getting some cotton going, but we're not going to have it in time. We owe a lot of money, but that's okay. I think we're going to have what we need. I think we're going to hold off on a lot of the things we're doing. I think the mining is good now. This is going to be a late game project now. We just need to make sure we're getting all the food we can. And just growing berries like crazy. I think we're going to be okay. But definitely you need to go pretty hardcore in food. Okay. So this farm up here only has, there we go. Let's put 2 people there. This farm down here, we're going to do, so we can do trees down here. We can do cotton. We're going to do berries. Anywhere that's green. Okay, I think that's enough for 1 or 2 people right there. We don't need any more builders right now, so let's do it. That is perfect. Yeah, so all the farmers will work together, and that's great. And realistically, we should leave no stone unturned. Yeah, we probably should have done some other things here. Okay. Keep growing berries, that's all we can do. There we go. I think we might make our taxes. We'll definitely make our taxes if we can get a haul of the cotton up here. I think we're going to have to start making clothing, or they're going to start writing, too. Trying to get all the basic goods, right? And so I think a cafe would be really smart right now. I'm going to take 21 planks. It looks like we can... Yeah, we can build it into the water. I didn't know you could do that, actually. That's cool. So 21 planks. So we need to get someone over here. We're definitely going to need to get some more whiskers. That's why they want us to go to 21. Oh yeah, we're losing bad. Threaded clothing, dirty fur, they need baths. They hate, oh man. Yeah, they're having a hard time. Okay, that's okay though. That's okay though. We're at minor setback, right? The minor setback. We're gonna start, so like I said, it takes up 3 times the space. We're gonna start getting up log cabins in the back row over here. We're gonna get 3 more whiskers. So we do not have enough money. This is rough. This is rough. They're gonna bomb everything. So let's see. We still have some time. It's possible that we could get enough berries if they come to harvest. The ship is on land. It's kind of a funny little glitch, but it's okay. Okay, so we can sell them the flax, and that's good. I can sell them logs. It's also good. I can't sell them all my food. We're gonna give them partial. I don't see how we can make up the difference. We have half a day. We're not gonna get enough berries. So the cotton you can see is 21. One of the best things. So we can't sell boards or anything like that. This is why I like berries. I think berries sell for quite a bit. Cotton, of course, is smart, but cotton also takes quite a bit of time to grow. But when it does grow, yeah, it's gonna be great. We are doing some trees now. We got some berries. I don't think we're gonna make it. Okay, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna send a full shipment. I cannot afford to be shot right now, and I think we'll get enough food from the berries up here. We don't have the ability to do overtime, so they might starve just a tad bit. So yeah, they're gonna go through all our. So go through all your food at the end of the night. And we have another whisker ship. We can't accept anybody, so we can get 13 food, which would be wise. We can get the cloaks. I'm gonna go for the cloaks since that's something I cannot produce. We're gonna give them some clothing. So that's the one thing, is I can trade those berries basically, and for a reward, so to speak. Oh, I did not mean to grow trees there. I meant to grow berries. Not bad. It's not a bad spot for trees. Let's harvest early. Put up the berries. Give us 2 wood. Yeah, we'll have to refuse them all for now. And we need to free up a builder. So take one away off the farm. End of the day. End of day 10. So yeah, we're getting hurt. We're getting hurt bad. The clothing should help now. That should remove that. The dirty fur, we need to get a bath up. And I don't know how we're going to meet our quotas. We're really behind. So, tea, food, scenery for 48. We're going to take it. We just need some more resources. Okay, this is no longer a good return. I'm going to bulldoze to get the wood back. Let's make sure all of our farms are at max capacity. Went 2 in each farm. Here we go. Got 1 builder. We'll get these guys out down here. We just need to get as many berries in as possible. Alright, look at that. We are starting to get some cotton. Got 8 cotton if I harvest early. I guess what I could do is just harvest the cotton early if we have an issue. That would work. Once we get rid of all of this, it's going to switch to berries. Plank production is needed. Alright, I think we're going to be in good shape here in a second. Got one of the houses up. Got 1 whisker living in there. Yeah, we could always just do the backside. We can always use plank pathways too. We can build out here on the shoreline. I didn't know you could do that, and we could just use plank pathways for our housing. It's actually probably the smartest thing to do, because planks are not too hard to get. There we go. Okay, we got a little bit of wood. We're getting everything going. Planted some more trees up here. This is looking good. All right, not bad. Pretty good. And we got 4 to 6 berries. And so yeah, the forager hut, it's got a good storage up there. Farm over here. Storage bin over here can have up to 34. That's not bad. Got some wood in there. All right, they're going through all the clothing. They're taking the tea leaves, so they're a little bit happier now. Yeah, and you realistically could have your housing anywhere. Not too bad of a jaunt. All right, day 11. I think I actually see some ways I can save time. I'm gonna put one right here. That way they don't have to walk all the way around. That's great. And all the farmers are working, so this is kind of cool about having multiple farmers. Oh no. they're due today. Harvest early. Not gonna harvest the other stuff early. Hopefully they'll get down there and start harvesting at some point. The 12 cotton should actually pay for the difference. Come on, please harvest. All right, here we go. Nice, they actually harvest pretty quick, and like I said, I do have multiple farmers. All right, there we go. I think the cotton saved me there. They're starting to harvest all the berries now. There's a ton. Every time we fulfill our needs, or that we fulfill their needs, they're not going to hurt us. That's a good thing. Okay, and then these guys, they're just done. We're not getting much for 2 workers. It's a bad investment. Like 1 berry bush left. A couple over here, but nothing to go home about. Okay, we have enough to pay. So the cotton did great. Wood did great. Berries, we have enough. Okay, cool. Now if we send even more, we get even more stuff. But not a whole lot. So this is great. So cotton is definitely where it's at. And we have 3 more whiskers. We should probably just focus solely on farming. Yeah, we're gonna select you. Get the T. I want that T. Planks and cut stone. 5 planks. Hardtack 13. This is food. Food is good. Let's go for the planks. We need more planks. Need like 21 planks. Okay, let's get 1 whisker in here. Let's get the cook open. We got some more whiskers here. All right, definitely want to get the farmer. I think after tonight we'll have the points, the approval points. So we're doing pretty bad. we need to get up a lot more stuff. So with the cotton, we can actually also start making clothing. So stone cutter, sawmill, the weaver, and the weaver takes 21 logs. So let's get the weaver up right here. Across the way. I like the fact that we can build right into the water. There's a lot of usable area around here. All right, our taxes went up a little bit, but as long as we're smart, we should be good. We didn't get any bonuses. Dirty fur. If I can get rid of the dirty fur, we're gonna be good. We're doing well with early to bed, berries, some poor quality housing, basic housing. Drab. Whisker hasn't seen a hint of beauty in a while. Yeah, so we could put some decorations down. That's actually pretty easy. Pretty cheap. It's just like a plank. So right here, we're gonna put a tree. Maybe they'll give us 1 point right there, right? But I'm thinking we get the cafe up. That's gonna help us. Yeah, there's quite a bit we can do to help ourselves. And we are running out. So chop priority. All right, cool. There's a bunch of trees back here that they can chop. We got some trees planted now. And the cotton over here is looking good. Not a whole lot, but it's looking good. Nutrients. We do need to think about fertilizer. This is, yeah, you can see the cotton is really reducing the nutrients of the... That's actually interesting. We're gonna have to use like some kind of crop rotation, potentially. Oh yeah, we can fallow. Not planning any nutrient recovery. There we go. We are gonna have to use crop rotation. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. If we want a big agriculture, we're gonna have to just terraform so much. Okay, but we're getting the boards. We're getting things up. The cafe should be up here soon. The farm is doing great. I think we're keeping up with our taxes through berries and cotton right now. So at least we have that going. We need to be able to replace clothing. If I can start getting some clothing production going, that's going to help us out a lot. I think we're going to need a little bit more cotton. I think we need more whiskers. I know it sounds crazy, but I really do think we need more. So we're going to grow more cotton up here. I think we need a lot more cotton if we want to get into clothing production. We're doing all right. We're not doing great, but we're doing okay. We just need to get our basic stuff down. It's just so hard to contend with all the taxes. That's actually what makes this game interesting. It's like you're not just sitting there peacefully. Like you got to expand your economy as fast as possible. We also have to prepare for winter. It's still fall. Like we have to prepare food and all this stuff for winter. We might not make it. So not only are we contending with these high taxes, we're contending with having prepare ourselves for survival. But there's all types of stuff in here. There's fire, bonfires, water pumps, and this game actually gets really detailed. The main thing that we need to do is make our individuals as productive as possible so we can pay the taxes. Alright, so dirty fur, we need to get a bath. So we're going to go to services. So the bathing dock is 21 planks. So after the cafe, we'll do that. You can see planks are pretty much everything. And they're getting up some more cotton. That's great. Once again, they're offering us food, machinery, and tea. Some of the stuff will give us approval ratings. I think we're going to go for the big one. The clothing, the boards, all that. Oh, let's just do it. Let's get the... I think we can do it. We're going to try, right? We got some cotton coming. I think the next harvest is going to be better. Alright, we're about to get the weaver up. Weaver is being built. That'll help us with clothing production. Almost have the cafe ready. Once the cafe is ready, we'll pull the individual to the sawmill. Alright, one in the cafe. So we're going to let them eat anything. We can actually say don't eat berries, and like we can get a fisher up, which is actually like the wise thing to do. Because berries sell, you know, sell for... But yeah, we're going to bring in all the food, all the drink. We're going to let them go crazy. And that should hopefully make people a little happier. They might go to the cafe now for food. And we're getting them clothing. Oh, look at that. So you need flax. Okay, so you do need flax for clothing. The cotton we literally just sell right now. We don't have tech. Okay. We're going to get another farm up. We're going to get up over here. Get the staircase up here. It'd be beautiful. And we're going to get flax growing over there. Alright. So we're just going to get a ton of flax up in this area. Do it. And down here. Oh, I got flax literally right there. Yep, they can walk down from here. I'll just have to... That's just the way it has to be. We need to get some flax going. 84 total food stored for 13 logs. That's a good deal. Okay, so no weaver yet. Planks, I think we should try to get up to a bit. 20, so I'm going to let them keep going. Okay, we're doing decent. Farms falling a lot. 15 berries. I think we're going to hit our mark here pretty soon, actually. Oh, no resources in range. Okay. So that's scary. But right there, we can get back in range. And we can move them down here. Eventually, we'll be able to come and get the trees right here. I think the farmers do this, though, which is kind of interesting. This is going to be hard. I definitely need crop rotation. The hardest part is just building in the terrace, right? You know, going all terrace on this. I wish we had flatter areas and I could do this better. But we just don't have it yet. This is the game that you have to put some time into for sure. Oh, look at that. We got all the berries down there, though. And we have a bunch of cotton up here now. This is pretty amazing, actually. Gonna unmine this area a little bit for now. Don't like the way it looks, but yeah, once we mine all this out, this would have been cool if we mined all that out here. We can add earth to other places. Right, cool. So they are eating here, and they are getting a bonus. Dining quality 2 stars. We're at 403, so we are actually potentially going to be able to pay our taxes. That's kind of like the hard part, just paying your taxes. We need to start storing food for the winter. And I don't know how we're going to survive the winter. Right, day 15. Look at that. Approval gained. And get some whiskers now. And we're going to continue to build a few more houses down here. I'm going to get 2 more whiskers, I think. There is actually quite a bit to harvest right now. And over here we have enough for 1. We're going to get 1 down here. We should definitely get pathways up right here so they don't have to walk all the way across the world. There we go. Now they can come from down here, go up here. We could also put more farms over here. Should have probably just... the thing that sucked is I couldn't lower... You have to lower 2 tiles. In this tile, you can only lower 1 tile. Kind of weird how they did it. And the tax collector is here, and he wants 551. I can't sell him my food. That's the thing. And we don't have enough cotton. I can sell him all the wood. I can sell him some of my food. I can sell him just enough food that he doesn't hate me anymore. He's really pleased. You see his the claw trust? He's not going to hurt me. We're just going to pay the little bit. I think there's a balancing act. Like, you can pay him all one time, then not the other kind of thing. And we're going to take the shipment. I want the tea. And we're going to get some new whiskers. Alright, so they got to replant the berries. Is that what's going on here? That's weird. Alright, look at all that cotton. It's a crazy amount. Get some flax over here, start making clothing. Yeah, we could definitely get another farm and more berries up. Alright, whisker ship. Alright, farmer. I'm gonna take 3. Do it. We'll get 3 down there. Take it while we can, right? And we got 14 whiskers. I think we're gonna do... I know this looks all broken. I think we're gonna do another farm. And I think we're gonna do the farm right in here. Okay, yeah, we don't need to get in this back part. We can always walk around. Nice, plus 73, wow. We're doing a good job. Culinary delight plus 16, the tea. Okay, we're doing a great job. Pleasant surroundings. Alright, perfect. We'll get another farm here. We'll get the farm tool. We'll get the berries. Not like perfect, but yeah, you get the picture. We're going crazy is what we're doing. Alright, cool. We have 3 whiskers. We're going to go through all our farms, make sure that we're at perfect. I think we have 2 in every single one. Okay, perfect. Getting wood. Wood's going to be the crazy thing that kind of scares me, to be honest. But I think as long as we have food, we'll be okay. Okay, the fishing dock makes a whole lot of sense to me as the next thing that we build. And we're going to build it right here. Enough resources. All right, 21. Oh, I see. We need a minimum of like a couple logs to build it. Actually, right back here makes some more sense. All right, we have no logs. That's the problem. We're going to stop plank production for a little bit. Getting up more housing back here. We can always destroy and move things if we need to. Getting up more berries. I'm almost wondering if I want to centralize my farms, but you can see all the farms are kind of working together. So all the workers can work together pretty easily with this setup. This is actually kind of crazy. And so research. Oh, we have enough cut stone to do research. Okay, we're going to get up a researcher next. Technology might be what saves us. I think research is probably more important than anything, so let's do research first over the fish. Might be able to get like an increase in our agricultural development or something. I have no idea, actually. Alright, this is looking good. Is that... No, that's a... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a smaller one there. There's such a big... And look how much more of the island we have. We've only tapped a little bit more max. So games like this, in my opinion, they're all about, can you survive the first winter? Can you pay your taxes, right? If we can survive winter, which is the next season in 7 days, then we're pretty much at that point. Like right now we're at the point where we just need to stockpile food. And we can survive the winter pretty easily. And we need to stockpile wood. So no more boards, no more any of that weird stuff. Research is still probably something we should get into. And a campfire, you can see has limited lifespan. But the campfires take 3 logs, so we need to get a bunch of logs. Like a stupid amount of logs, in fact. So this individual has bad work. This guy has 143 work speed. We should be fine. Need to be able to get up here too to get more trees. And we always have these logs that I can pull from too. I'll bulldoze this, get the log back. Might have to start breaking stuff down this winter. Alright, let's get the farmers going. This is great, actually. Supply ship. I'm gonna take it for the full amount. We need the logs, we need everything. I actually don't see a tax right now. I wonder if they don't come in the winter, so that was like just free stuff, potentially. I wonder if it's the remove rock thing that was making that all weird. No, it does remove once you... Okay, yeah. You need quite a bit of workers to do this correctly. Oh no. We lost all the cotton, or what's going on? I think the cotton died, so I should have... Oh, this is kind of confusing. Yeah, there's no early harvest. We might lose... Alright, so there's early harvest there, but not here. And there's nothing to harvest. Ah, sucks, dude. I think I just lost all that cotton. I think we're gonna, in these areas, these gray zones, I'm gonna do trees. Gonna have random trees in some places. I have a feeling we're gonna need it. I am wondering though if getting fish up is critical. We're gonna do it because I think we're gonna need a food supply in the winter. And it might be fish. No, it says I owe taxes tomorrow. It's just not showing up here. Yeah, we're running critically low on food too. It's a bad thing. I think we need to get into wheat and bread production is what we need to do. So I can request additional whiskers with this straight from them. I'm trying to see all the things I can do with this.
Do you remember?
And here's the research. Okay, so here's your research. So if I want to go into nicer houses, plank row house. So this is what you would want. Only 34 planks. Nice. Ah, this is pretty easy. Slides. Oh, wow. A lot of good technology. All right. So that makes sense. So the first tier. Ooh, the first tier actually requires copper bars. It doesn't tell me the combination. I need both or just one. That's this tier down here. So I have all this. So mushroom cultivation I can learn. Smoke netting. That's cool. That will increase our fishing. Covered bridges, signposts, wind chimes, slides. Long stairs. Charcoal furnace. A flax spinner, which allows us to make rope. Ore furnace, coppersmith. Organized heating, smaller warehouses. The main thing though is housing. Sick or injured whiskers recover here. Plank housing. Plank housing looks the best to me. Blockhouse I think would allow multiple people, but you see some of the mice had snoring, so they get pissed off there. Plank adobe. I think you can see they all have a housing quality of 2. I think that this row house is probably what you want. But we don't have the ability to do research, so... Alright, perfect. Alright, fishing dock is up. We need an apprentice, so we have to wait till someone levels up. But we should have that for the winter. That's what's important. Alright, they are actually harvesting the trees themselves, it looks like. Eventually, I think you just basically have all farmers. Alright, so we're doing fine in winter. I just realized this is saying the next season's in 6 days. So we're technically already in winter. It's saying it's dangerously cold. I mean, that's why we're not able to grow much. We're having a hard time. So I think we're going to make it. And let's get this campfire up. That it is a high priority. That will give us a little bit of heat. We're doing good though, I think. If we can get this going, we'll get the clothing going, get the food going. Primarily, we really do need to get the fish going because it will help us eat less berries and it will give us more food. I don't think we have enough food for the winter. We're gonna have to start eating each other. Okay, now we're deep in the winter. We have 5 more days to survive. Oh, this is dangerous. Alright, we got a free quest. Okay, so this is where things are gonna get dicey. Okay, actually what we're gonna do here, this is kind of counterintuitive. But if we don't get an apprentice Whisker, we're probably gonna die. So we're gonna dispatch a Whisker ship. Okay, there we go. Burn time remaining. How much wood do I have? Okay, Whiskers. So I need someone who's an apprentice. Sometimes you get lucky. This is not one of those times. I did not get lucky whatsoever. I'm gonna take a couple people though. Yeah, we're getting a few people who are getting sick. You're also gonna want to incorporate areas where you can have this in your design. Gotta remove some of the farm. I'm kind of worried we're gonna run out of food. I don't think we're gonna make it 5 seasons. Okay, we need as much food as possible. He'll give us 9 and 7. He'll give us 11 here. All right, we're taking that. There's 11 food. Probably shouldn't have taken those extra people, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Got a few people who are sick. Some of them might die. Alright, cool. We got this guy up. This is great. Alright, we made it to day 20. Oh yeah, we're losing hard. We're losing hard. We owe a lot of money too. Mostly from the shipments we've been taking. 50% work speed reduction. Today's looking a little nicer. I think we're going to be able to get some food from the area. You can see we're actually able to get some food. So as long as we heat these areas that have berries, I think we'll be okay. And we have quite a bit of wood. But realistically, I should come down here, berry heater. I don't know why they're working up here. We're gonna get sick. Alright, I'm gonna remove this spot here. We're gonna prioritize building a fireplace up here immediately. They're gonna insist on working, we might as well not have them die. Alright, we're getting berries, so we are surviving. We're running out of food quick. But we're surviving. We have a supply ship coming tomorrow, so hopefully we get enough food. They do have a lot of berries in here, so I'm wondering why we're not bringing the berries to market. Okay, there we go. We got heat. Alright, we got 9 food. I think we're gonna make it. 1 death. Bad timing. That's okay. We can lose a few. It may actually have been good that I overdid it a bit, right? We're gonna need a graveyard though. Yeah, the graves are kind of expensive. I don't want to lose too many folk. Too expensive. Oh, we got gold ore there. Yeah, I wish they would stay out of the cold. I wish I could have it so they'd stay out of the cold zones. 4 more days. I don't think we're gonna make it. We're out of food. They're dying. Yeah, I don't think many people are gonna approve of me. I don't think so. Unfortunately, I did not get the fishing dock up in time. And I'm hoping winter doesn't have to wait till the last day to end. The tax collector is going to come and he's going to want a lot of money and I'm not going to be able to pay him. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get some food. I know the trader's coming today. We're going to have to take bad relations with the crown this time. 11 food and a bunch of resources. Yes. Okay, that should feed us for today. I owe an ungodly amount to the crown. Alright, I'm just going to place this down now. We do actually have a ton of wood, just from our farmed wood. I guess I might as well, right? Other one, all blocked. Go. Get that up, get a little bit more heat, make sure no one else dies. I think we're doing good. We should make it through today. We got enough berries, hopefully. Of course, I can't force them to do the berries. That sucks. We definitely need more food. I'm thinking we're gonna make it, though. I think we are gonna make it through the winter. But we need to get this up so we can start planting these berries. There we go. Beautiful. Starting to think I did too much of the cotton. I'm gonna switch these guys up here to berries. Okay, I think we're making good progress though. We just have a couple more days. Okay, we're actually doing decent, even with all the death. Kind of funny. All right, we did get Doodle buried. He died from illness. Poor Doodle. I wonder if they're actually getting the berries off this. They're just cleaning it up. We have a few spots with food. But yeah, I think we definitely just have way too much cotton and stuff going. It's a little bit more intense on the farming. Crap. Alright, get one more of those up. Got 2 more days. Alright, we're bringing in some food finally. Nice. We are actually harvesting from these frozen areas. That's funny. So it should be better with the heat. I guess we could walk down in the middle of this and put one up. Yeah, like right here. That should help out a lot. Get that going. That way we're ready for the next season. We're hitting a... Wow, we actually have 407 in the storage. We're bringing in a lot of wood. Wood might be the way to go. I feel like... But we need a surplus of wood, I think. Because once we cut... Yeah, once the trees are cut down, then we have nothing. That's actually kind of scary. There we go. And actually, this spot in the middle right here just became very useful. Alright, look at that. They're making foods. We're doing good. We have just enough food to feed half the people. We have 1 more month left, or 1 more day left. After this, though, we need to get into research. We need to get into bread making or something. Okay, day 23 is ended. As always, they're mad. Alright, winter ends tonight. Okay, it's over. Winter is over. This is great. Alright, so that's how that works. I think we're okay. We'll get back up to speed. Hopefully get someone over here in the fishing dock. Let's get one person in the weaver to start making clothing. I don't think we need any boards right now, so we're going to hold off. The wood cutter needs to continue. We're going to put him up here. And we'll get a staircase right here. And up. There's top priority to everything up here. Perfect. More wood. We're going through our resources pretty quick. Yeah, so this whole thing back here, I want to be berries from now on. You can see the crop fertility, though, is really, really low. On a lot of this, in fact. That's kind of scary. We're going to need to... We're going to need to start thinking about this. It's why it's nice when it's flat, right? If I just had 8 areas I had to select rather than, like, 15, 17. That's what makes this frustrating. We just need to mine it all out. I guess that's where fish come in, right? Perfect. Okay. So yeah, we've come quite a bit of a distance here. I'm hoping we can try to not die this time. So we're going to try to get some harvest in. We're going to try to get some technology. I think getting up the tech center is going to be pretty important. Also, it looks like we need to get into mining so we can get some more of the advanced technology. We definitely need to get ourselves an artisan to get the fishing dock up. We do have the weaver producing clothing finally. We lost only 1 whisker in the winter, so we're going to be probably doing a little bit better here soon. I'm hoping. There's one issue, though, is I am kind of worried about like the crop rotation that I'm kind of seeing. Like we may need to start getting some kind of system up. So I don't know if we're going to make it. I kind of wish we could have started on an island that was a bit flatter, had a little bit more going on. Something like over here would have been good. I mean, those are things that I can still do. I can still build a bridge up over here, build a staircase up here. This would be actually a pretty monumental area for growth. We do need lumber. We do need to expand. So let me kind of think. Let me think. Can I get I can get path planks that can go over the water. We can connect from over here and then... Yeah, we could do it. It could be done. These guys are a little high up, but they're not too hard to get to. And what's kind of cool about this area is I wouldn't have to do too much terracing. One thing that kind of sucks is you can't, everything has to be on one level in order for you to build an area. But you can see that our crop fertility is getting diminished. So fertilizer replenishes or boosts fertility of cropland would be one thing, but it's produced in the sifting towers. So what this kind of shows me is you're going to have this issue where you need to constantly kind of move your guys around with the green. So we kind of need to figure out what we're going to do. So I think at this point we need to be smart, and we need to kind of recognize the fact that if we continue to do what we're doing, we're not going to make it. So there is no potential over here. There is a ton of potential over here for berries. As far as trees goes, not a whole lot. Cotton is really good over there. Flax is pretty bad. Primarily berries. I think this is also the argument for fish, right? You need a food source that where you don't have to think all the time about, like, do I need to move this? What we need to do is just get an area that we can have a rotation of four different fields and just rotate them, right? That would be the easiest way to do a lot of this. So the earthworks here allows us to bring in the earth into areas. And we have the cut stone. I think we're going to build this right here. And we're going to see if we can use this to create some new territory. And see if we can get some better stuff going here, because this is rough. Now, we actually almost have enough to pay our taxes tomorrow, which is honestly very surprising. And we should definitely try to get a whisker to level up. And that typically just happens over time, or we can try to, if we had an apprentice, we could get 50% production there. That's not bad. Right, end of the day, day 24. Yeah, mild pollution. People aren't very happy. Can't even buy a whisker. That kind of sucks. But I think after a day or two, once they get over it, and once we get some food, we'll be a-okay. 5 farm workers get 40 approval. We already quest completed. We'll turn it in. There we go. Some people are starving. We'll die soon. Okay. Not good. Not good. We could try to force an early harvest. Let's harvest these 9 early. And let's see what we can trade. So, cotton, yes. Flax, yes. And it looks like logs. I really don't want to... Wow, we have to trade so much. It feels like they're already really... Oof. We're really close to not being in good position with them. So if I can, I should try to pay half. We have no food. We'll have no logs after this. We can really only afford to lose 1 trust, or they will hurt us. And foraging will only get us so far. So yeah, they put you in a position where you have to just like expand very quickly. We're gonna set a high priority on the earthworks. I feel like we're gonna get enough food to survive, but as far as everything else goes, okay, there we go. We're gonna send a partial shipment. Okay, so we can't ever go below 1, so we need to pay the full tax next time. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that. They're probably gonna bomb us. Now let's take a peek. And none of these are apprentice. Well, none of these are good, and we don't need any more people, to be quite honest. We don't have enough food. We did lose another soul to hunger. Alright, we're gonna fallow these bottom. Yeah, the cotton takes an enormous amount of nutrients. It looks like trees may or may not. Ugh, we just lost it all. Okay. Unburied friend is causing some serious issues. Okay, a little bit of fertility loss from trees even. It's really the lack of usable terrain that really hurts. Alright. Put that up. Okay. This is actually fairly easy. I think what we need to do is just kind of switch gears. And what we may need to do is just literally move all our production over here. And then move everything. And then stop farming on these areas for a little bit. you can see, though, that things are not going too well for us. Okay, so over here, we can use the earthwork tool. What I want to see first, before I move everything, is what happens here. Can I grow anything on this, or is it just barren like everything else? Alright, we're going to take the full load, because I need food, and I need everything this has to offer us. Can't afford any more death. The pirates have come. If we don't pay them, they will bomb us. I'm going to give them a machine and a cloak. Okay, we're going to pay the full ransom. We do not want to get bombed right now. Alright, we got the Zippy. Sorry, Zippy. Oh, no, we lost another one. We're losing them quick. Get another grave up. Alright, and then we'll see what happens here. I'm very curious to see if we could do something here. He's making good progress, but it's going to be slow. Now, it looks like it costs a little bit of stone to do this. Okay, yeah, so it's just a normal little territory. And no fertility value. So that's the problem, too, is like when you mine this stuff out, it's really hard to get fertility value. I'm wondering if I can fallow it, though, to raise... So that's actually the question, is how do you increase, right? So if I come over here and I say fallow, will that start to give nutrient recovery here? How do I get more usable land for farming? Because this doesn't... I can't level anything. That may be a more advanced technology, too. Realistically, what I need to do is just get the fishing going. But we need an apprentice. Alright, end of the day, 26. Everybody hates me. It's a beautiful day. If I do get technology, it's not going to really do much for me. Aside of being able to make rope, charcoal, some logs, and small warehouses, organized heating. A couple of cool things, but not really until research tier 1. We get wheat cultivation, the mill, and the bakery, and elevators, and all these types of things that would actually give us some reasonable expansion. So I think you need to get to... We need to get to research tier 1. So mushrooms can... Okay. We want mushroom cultivation. Mushrooms can be grown in dark places underground. So that's something where soil and all that stuff has no bearing. So if we could get mushrooms growing, we would be pretty decent. That's 6% fertility. Wow, it actually worked. Yeah, 6%. All right, well, we'll see. Let's see if we can use this to make an area fertile. All right, so the smugglers are actually offering us gold. There we go. Get 1. We can trade that to the tax collectors. That's one way to get boards. Make money from boards. Here's the tax collector, so I think we have enough. There we go, so we can sell the gold. Okay, that's awesome. Sell all the flax. Sell all... Okay, we had just enough. There we go. We're back in good graces. Still have no food. Some of the berries are actually fine. The crop fertility is not too bad. Let's see. Can we get anybody who is decent? Nope. Alright. We're going to go with cloaks, fuel, planks. Cut stone. We'll go with the clothing. And we're going to lose someone else from food. I built 2 more. I'm building 2 more graves. And let's take the food. Let's take the whole thing. We need the food. Okay. We're gonna have to stop on the earthworks for now. And make sure that we have full people in the farms. We're getting low. We need to bury our friends here. Yeah, let's get a research lab up if we can. I actually feel like, quite honestly, the cotton fields have been detrimental in some ways because they're spending so much time on them and they're not really yielding good results. You can see I'm gonna get rid of the cotton for now Maybe just like a little bit's fine. And have them focus on all the berries and food, because we're starving. They just need to focus on that. And I feel like I just went way overboard on certain things. Like, we don't need that much flax, right? It's a bit much. I think if I pull back these areas here, and I just have them focus on, you know, generating flax, not like a crazy amount. I mean, we do need clothing, but I mostly want them focused on wood and berries. I need to pull one individual back. We do need to build out the grave. And hopefully we can recover. That's the main thing. I just need to get enough food to recover. They're all up here working on the flax. That's what I'm talking about. We need to minimize how much they're working on the non-essentials. And we basically turned this whole area barren. There's barely any fertility here from the cotton. The cotton was devastating. There's a ton of usable area over here. So honestly, this back here is perfect for berries. And I can't move the farm here. Yeah, I only got the one farm over here and this farm that can kind of help. Fish would have helped out a lot. You can get quite a bit of fish with one person. I think that's where you want to go. Alright, end of the day, not very good for us. We're going to remove everyone from every building and reapply people. There we go. We did actually have an artisan. Just not for farming. It's annoyingly, I had to remove almost every single person to get there. Alright, we're going to double up this farm because it's the most important one. And we're going to place singles. Get a woodcutter. Actually, no woodcutter anymore. That was great. We were able to find what we needed. Earthworks. Okay. Alright, I'm going to put 2 people in the farm here. Okay. Oof. I almost thought we weren't going to make it. So every 90 seconds, we're going to get 2 fish. And I mean, the thing is that it's consistent, right? And I can actually get more people working in it. Right now they're starving, so their work efficiency is lower. But let's see what happens with 2 individuals. If I can get more fish and or if I can reduce that time. Doesn't seem to be having too much of an impact, honestly. If I don't have any influence to get more people. I'm going to take one away from the farm here. Put it over here. There we go. Look at that. Production speed. Okay, so now it is actually... Okay, so this doesn't change, but the rate, the rate at which production goes definitely higher. We can reassign the worker here. Alright, so let's just go with this gent here. That's giving us 100%. So that third worker really did make a difference. And let's let's reassign this one. Unassign. Then we can come over here and pick them for this. Alright, cool. Now we're at 150%, so that's going to give us a little bit of fish faster. Okay, we're in business now. This is actually where we want it to be. I'm thinking that, berries for selling, very good. But for food, fish seems to be pretty darn decent. I'm wondering if we can get fishing nets. We're missing only a 20% gain. I'm wondering if we could get another fishing dock. But it's 3 people. That's kind of the catch there, right? And the berries do come in. They come in for a bit. Seems like wood is honestly probably one of the better ones too. There's a lot that you get from wood. A lot of good money from it. We probably need storage closer to the fields over here as well. That could increase some of our efficiency. Alright, we have 13. We have just enough food to feed everybody today. Thanks to our fish. So that saved us. Alright, and we're going to take the full load for 121. I know it's going to hurt us, but it's good. We need all those resources. Alright, I'm going to pull out of the weaver so we have one individual start building up our tech. We need to start getting some more research. And it says I have 3 unburied friends, but that's not true. So I think the next day will be better. Produce cotton 34, approval 34. Unfortunately, we can't do that. Okay. Yeah, they're starting to produce food very quickly now. Fish all the way. But you need to have one artisan, and we only have one. Look at this, we're at 350. Now that everyone's fed at their max rate, so we're at 350 production. So now this thing is just pumping out food. This is where it is. This is where food is. It's the fishing dock. Oh boy, did I make some serious mistakes not getting that up faster. A lot of my problems could have been avoided. So now we can focus purely on what we're doing over here for economic reasons. And we can use our fish to feed everybody. So the colony is now sustained. That was close. That was close. And that was my bad. It was some bad decision making. Okay. So the earthworks is cool if we want to expand. I'm going to just straight up delete this building because we have no real need to expand right now. The big question is, did this raise fertility in any meaningful way? I don't think so. And whatever. Yeah, we got plenty of room over here. So we need to identify areas that are not growing well. Like over here we have 11%, 26%. This is all just useless. Pretty much barren land right there. So we're just going to stop and let it, you know, come back. And then over here we have 82%, 63, 80. So the berries aren't too bad on fertility. 67 is pretty bad, but it's not as bad as it could be. Okay. Over here is good. I almost want to just completely abandon this area over here. So we are going to, yeah, let's we can just look at this and make our decisions. We're going to get rid of pretty much anything in a low fertility area. Oof. See all this right here? 65%. Okay, all this is gone. Only want them to focus on areas that are actually going to produce something for us. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of good usable land. And you can see we have more food than ever now. 24 fish, 9 cooked food. And here's the research lab. So we're going to place... Ooh, we need an educated worker. And then we can start researching mushroom cultivation. Interesting. Go back to making... just weaving. We're going to have to probably purchase someone who has an education. Alright, we're in good shape. I think this is going to be one of the better nights we've had in a while. Everyone's fed. Everyone's buried. The great debacle is gone. Should have gotten to fishing much earlier. There we go. See that? Now we're going to be able to... We're on the up and up. So now I have what it takes to continue to get more people. And we can expand. Economically, we need to start identifying ways of making more money. Or we're going to get bombed out. So I actually think I slightly want to get back into mining. And I'd like to mine out this top area here. Oh, the smuggler's here. Perfect. So I can sell clothing to him. But you have to sell just enough to... This is the problem. I have to have enough to sell him. And I really like my stuff. But we're going to make this trade. I just want to make sure I can pay my taxes. That we can always keep that in our back pocket for later. Alright, so the tax collector's here. We could sell fish to him at 2 a pop. I've always preferred berries. I'm going to sell him the gold. Because I don't want to get rid of my food. And we'll sell the wood. Man, he wants so much of my stuff. I actually don't think I have enough. I have to sell him a lot of my fish. I guess we could sell him the fish and the berries. Oh my god, we're like 1 off. We actually do need to pay him in full, or he's gonna be a jerk. Pay him. We should be able to get just enough fish before the day is over. Hopefully. Hold on. Overtime work. Yeah, overtime on the fishies. We should be able to recover. And yeah, we'll take a little bit of food off this dock. Okay, we're in good shape. We'll be able to get all the food we need from that. Cut stone planks, 13 food. We don't want it. Or I can gain stowaway. Let's take the stowaway. I don't know. It could be... It's kind of like a mystery person, right? Oh, there we go. We got another whisker. We need educated. Can't smell, loner. Let's re-roll. Apprenticed and gifted teacher. Engineers. Okay, well, we're going to take them. I'm going to take all of them. And what we're actually going to do, which is crazy, now that we've discovered, you know, the magic of fishing, is it's not crazy at all. This is the smartest thing we could do right now. I just want to make sure that if I build this, it's not going to be jutting out all oddly. Okay, we're going to place them here. We're going to get up another one. We need the logs, though. Okay, so we got some stuff over here that will work. Get the farmers going. So let's get the educated worker in here first. Probably just messed that up. In the day, let's find our educated worker. We might have to start going through the town again. All right, we're going to pause real quick. I'm going to unassign everybody. I'm going to take the other two gents. All right, so we took all of the whiskers that we possibly could. We're back up to 18. It's like nothing happened. Nothing happened whatsoever. We didn't lose a bunch of people. That never happened. Okay. And none of them are educated. Well, that's a shame. Let's unpause. Let's get the wood guy going again. But now that we have everybody, we can get all the farms going. This is perfect, though. We get every single farm going. Get the cafe going. I'm wondering if I get 2 people in the cafe, if it will change the dining quality. It doesn't seem to. It seems like 1 is enough. We'll get our educated worker here soon enough. We'll get the sawmill once I get some more wood. We need to start accumulating money pretty quickly here. We don't have any flax. That will change here momentarily. Alright, we got the wood coming in. I think we need to plant more trees. This isn't a bad area for trees down here. Oh, damn, look at the freaking... The food's just flowing in like crazy now that we have this massive synergy. We have really good workers for this, though, and we're keeping our workers happy, which is increasing their productivity. That's another thing, is by making them happy, we do increase productivity. So we should try to get rid of the old stone houses, go to the nicer stuff. I think we're going to move to the plank houses once we get the tech tree going. Okay, we're going to get a storage shed right in these parts down here. I think right here. Good spot for a storage shed so they don't have to walk so far. I'm going to put a storage shed right here as well. We're just going to try to make this a little bit more accessible. We have a storage shed back here and it's really helping out. Don't underestimate storage sheds. Because yeah, we could expand to these further areas and just use storage sheds real quick. And looks like they got a bunch of logs they're chopping down over here. We're getting back up. 67 food. 1 house. Okay. We have no logs. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to make another stone hut. Right. He can go off on the water right there, too. That's actually kind of cool, because if you use the earthworks to just draw out a single line, right? Like a single line, you can build all of the houses off of that one line. So you don't have to do a whole lot of terraforming for the earthworks to make it viable. Like, you could just have everybody over the water. That's kind of cool. It's a really easy solution. Alright, look at that. We're maxed out. We can take more people. But that is the advantage to keeping everyone happy. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot through this one. This is my 3rd run. First 2 runs did not go well for me, okay? But I've learned a lot about... Berries are good for trade, but they're terrible as a main food source. Fish is where it's at. I think if I had 2 fishing docks, I could go easily up to 40 individuals. Now, you do get a higher tax, mind you, right? but I feel like there's a lot you can do. So if we need to pay enough to get the -2, and he won't bomb us. Yeah, we don't even have a fraction of what's needed. This isn't a viable economy. So cotton is just, you know, it's not bad, but you really destroy the fertility. Fish are kind of crazy. You get a bunch of fish. That's the thing though, is you have a limited warehouse, and you don't get a whole lot. Now berries, I may be wrong about berries. I'm kind of wondering if coal could be the way to make money, because coal ore can be refined into a fuel at a sifting power. Okay, and coal goes for 13, and 1 log can be converted into, I think, a couple pieces of coal. So realistically, what you need to find out is how can you make something that just makes a ton of money. Okay, we're gonna pay the little bit. Oh, pause real quick. Make sure we put this guy on overtime. And we don't need any of this. We're gonna take the smallest one we can. 39 food. Yeah, so if I did this again, I'd probably try to get 2 fishing docks going as fast as possible. All right, are any of you a gifted teacher? Can teach others more quickly. What we need is educated, apprentice, partially trained craftsman, content, rebellious, accept. We got another fisher going. Mushrooms might be a viable way to do things too. If we go to the research tab, we can see that charcoal furnace is pretty easy to get into, and it's actually pretty cheap. And so yeah, 2 logs make 3 fuel, so that's pretty good. But it has a lot of pollution, so that's the negative, and they don't like pollution. You get a negative for it. So that is probably not a viable way to make money either. You could just straight up grow trees and sell trees, but I'm trying to figure out how we can get just like something. I mean, honestly, fish seems kind of lame to do, but you could potentially spam fish. But you need absolutely hundreds of them. You would need multiple so that's the problem, is the storage sheds only go up to 34. I mean, you could have 10 storage sheds, right? We could have 3 fisheries, and we potentially could. That'd only be 9 whiskers, pay a good portion of our tax. If I could get 300 fish for 2 to 3 days, that would be 600. That's the thing. You need to figure out how to hit your bottom line so that you can expand without collapsing the whole ecosystem, like we're doing right here. Because I mean, like, we're just bleeding this territory of fertility. The only thing I hate the most is that I can't. I have to tell them to stop working on something. I wish it was just a little bit more flat. It's like I have to click this one, I have to click this one, then I gotta click these 2 over here. It's just like, I think it's based on when you build it up. All right, but we're getting a lot of fish, as you can see. And the berries are actually helping out. It's not like they're not. I think mushroom cultivation is one of the more promising things. This is great though. Now knowing, it's always a knowledge factor, right? And I know if you can get into bread and into wheat, so that is it probably. The fuel is what you want to get into. I think you want to grow trees, convert it to charcoal or fuel, and sell that. That seems like the most practical thing you can do. You got to get an educated worker as fast as you can. You may even want to start with an educated worker so you can get into this pretty quick. You want an apprentice. So if I were to play this again, I would re-roll until I have an apprentice as one of my starting people. I would get planks as one of the first things I could get, and I would just get this fishing dock up ASAP, and then of course get up the cafe, because the cafe basically says, okay, it almost negates how crappy the fish are. You can see berries are a star 1 food, fish are no stars, but you do get 5, and look, you also get stats. With berries they get a +3 work speed and +3 stamina, so that's cool. Mushrooms, they get +5 work speed. If they consumed canned food. So if we can make berry soup, they get even more. Or smoked fish, Or bread. Ooh, bread is amazing. Bread gives an extra carry capacity. Okay, so, oh wow, hard track gives +10. That's not bad. So the better meals we can make, the more efficient our people are going to be as well. But you can see we're not there. We're close though. Okay, yeah, we can, no, we're not going to do decorations. I don't like these people. Stone shelters, getting that one up. So we could sell cut stone to get bars. We're not going to do any of that right now. But yeah, the fish don't sell for a lot of money, but they do feed everybody. The pirates want my stuff. We'll give them 2 machinery and tell them to bugger off. Ooh, let's see who we can get. Apprentice. They work at their own pace. Expectations. Slower machinery wear and industries. They have preferred foods and all types of stuff. We may need to build a school. Because I noticed that there was a school. I'm going to take this person here. I'm wondering now, my knowledge is a lot more limited. Where Whiskers can teach others their skills. Oh, wow. This is for teaching others. So we can like get the best farmers and have them teach others. This to me seems a bit more advanced. This game's actually really cool. There is a lot of capacity here to do some amazing things. So, yeah, copper bars for research, coordinated overhead, mushroom cultivation. We just need to get an educated whisker. I might honestly roll until I find one. And it won't let me roll for others. I don't like this guy because he eats +1 food per meal. Natural resistance, plus 50% in guild industries, not slowed by terrain. This Born is actually really, really good. Farmers Guild, expert at farming and culinary arts, dislikes raw food. Take her too. Let's go to manage these guys, right? Shows us where they work, where they live. A gifted teacher. So like we can see quickly, and we can unassign from here. This probably would have been smarter than going house by house, bed. And we can assign them from here too. Well, this is nice. So we can quickly unassign everybody that there is. And that's much smarter than what I was doing. We can see we have nobody who's smart, which really sucks. And it should be aligning them with the best people possible. We have 6 people. Let's get 2 woodcutters. Let's get 1 on the planks, 2 in the cafe. And we just don't have educated people here. That's our problem. We do have enough in storage. I mean, we are making it. We just need to be patient until we get someone who has an education. Oh, nice. We can get to the 3rd tier of supplies now. Is tailored cloaks, fine tea, 26, 2 machinery. We don't want the debt right now. I'm going to take the small one. Day 35. All right. So what I'd like to do, honestly, is get another fishing dock so I can have more workers. Because with more workers, we can go off and expand. You can see, though, the more people we have, the more expensive this gets. I do think that berries is... because, you know, 10 berries, like that, those 10 berries, that sells for 50. That's 50, you know, that's 25. Here, that's not a lot right now. The trees, they get up into the 6 logs, and that's like 30. Flax converted into clothing is pretty good. So we fallowed this, it's back to 94, so we can go back to berries here. I guess it's actually not that bad. I think what we need to do is just be a little smart, right? Like when we see something go to 60% like this, we fallow this. Oh, this is just sad. 55% fallow. But this is what I don't like. I need to do all these farms in one go. Maybe get it down to just 3 berry patches. That would be ideal. Well, we should have enough wood and food. I think the biggest issue is just paying taxes. Well, I feel good about this. I actually would like to start a new game at this point. But realistically, I need to know people are interested in seeing more of this series. So I've shown you how difficult it is kind of in the start, at the learning curve. You know, I'm still learning the game, and I'm happy that we survived a winter. Going into another winter here, not too soon actually, but I think we're gonna make it. We need to get some houses up for some of these gents. We did a good job. We did a good job. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special shout out to my patrons and members. Everybody else, have a good rest of your day.